So Andre's been in the hospital since Sunday night. He has the flu, pneumonia, and a UTI that he's been fighting. And today he was told he has MRSA, which it's common to get at a hospital after you've been there for a while. But still, this is the longest hospital stay he's had since his spinal cord injury that happened almost 3 years ago. So to me, this is like, I'm getting really concerned here. I've been with my husband for 18 years. We've been married for 12. So I'm used to being around him basically all the time. That's my best friend. I talk to him like about everything. So to me right now that he's not home, it makes it weird. It makes it weird for me to feel so empty. So I'm just like, I'm trying not to get anxiety. I'm trying to keep myself calm, collect, and not have an anxiety attack or have a POTS episode, because I need to make sure I'm healthy. I need to make sure I'm, good to go, because if, the hospital calls me or anything, I need to be all there. So part of being a caregiver, wife, and mom, I can only be with Andre for a certain amount of time because I have nobody to come and help me with the dogs anymore. And I have to be able to take care of our son too. So it's been a challenge trying to work around these shifts between me and his caregiver, because she's also burnt out, and I'm trying my best to figure out a solution and who else I could ask to help us out. But I'm really finding it really hard this time around. Because we don't have anybody nearby that can actually help us anymore. So yeah, I'm trying to stay calm. So the other portion of my anxiety is the income. So I'm missing work as his caregiver, so we don't get paid because Medicaid and Medicare will have to pay the hospital while he's there. So I'm losing money there. I had enough PTO at my full-time job to cover for this week, but if this prolongs, I may or may not need to fill out an FMLA, FMLI here in Colorado. Cross that bridge when we get there. But I decided that I really need to push content creation on here on all platforms to find another way to make extra money, because clearly I don't have enough time to go and find a third job to sustain us in case of an emergency like this. So, you liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all of the above, it's going to really help us. In a sense, I guess I still have to make time on the side and record a little bit more, but at least I'm still going to be with my family and not leave him alone, because he's a C4 quadriplegic and he heavily depends on us. So, this will help me out a lot. I am just trying to keep my family afloat and not drown like we did when he first got the spinal cord injury, because that situation, let alone, gave me horrific PTSD. I'm not even gonna lie. We didn't qualify for Medicaid. We didn't qualify for food stamps. We didn't qualify for LEAP. I had to ask friends and family to help us out financially when that all happened, which I'm grateful for all of you that did donate at that time. But it was frustrating because they would take my income and say, you make too much. Okay, a one-income household with 3 people and one of them is disabled, and you mean to tell me I can't qualify for freaking food stamps? Whatever, we crossed that bridge, we got over it, and we started getting financially stable again. Well, now that we're at a hump where that's at risk, I'm back to almost wanting to panic, but I'm not. I'm trying to keep it calm, because we haven't even made it that far. But yeah, I just kind of figured, have a backup for your backup, because you never know, especially when you don't have that much support behind you anymore. And my parents need to focus on their stuff. There's health issues going on with my own dad. And I want them to be able to take care of that and focus on him, because he needs it more at this time too. So, continue to follow, share, and be supportive, guys. And stay tuned. And hopefully my man comes home. So just lift him up in prayer, and please for good health. So thank you, guys.